Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm still on an emotional high from this past weekend because I was in Las Vegas. I was at the Creators and Friends holiday party and a lot happened. A lot happened. So I wanted to film a get ready with me style video and kind of try out some new products that I got in my goodie bag, as well as some new product that was recommended to me on Sephora. That's what I wanted to do today. So get ready with me, try out some new product and also the stuff that was in my goodie bag. If you guys are new here, my name is Stacy. I feature unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews. Please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and leaving me comments in the comment section down below. It does push my videos through the algorithm so more people can see me. And let's get into this video. Leave me a comment down below if you want to see a full face of makeup I don't like and how it performs. And maybe I can film my worst of 2023 makeup, but this is definitely one of those, like, you haven't seen my declutter video, go check it out. But this is one of those products where it's okay. It's not great. I would not purchase it again. And I'm kind of like, should I use it today or should I not use it today? So creators and friends took place this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm using a Toti Solera SPF like sunscreen, but it's like tinted. And I wanted to use this because it actually looks really nice with the Fenty one. At least that's what I used when I did my foundation review of the Fenty skin tint. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't work very well for me. I've actually found that I have to really moisturize my face. So that could be like the reason why I have problems with it is that sometimes my face is super dry. Creators and friends, pretty much like all these creators took over Las Vegas. I want to say there was at least 30 creators in total that I got to meet. And there may have been more than that, but I feel like there was about 30 to 35 people. I don't feel like there was like a whole bunch more than that, but I mean, I don't really know the official attendance numbers, but I feel like there was like 30 to 40 people at this Creators and Friends holiday party. It was so fun. I was initially invited back in, I want to say the spring or like early summer, and I was unsure if I was going to be able to attend because I mean, Las Vegas is quite a hefty trip for me, especially with having kids, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to go to Creators and Friends because like Las Vegas is really far. I'm a mom of two, and obviously when I got the information, I knew that it was going to be at a time when my kids were going to be in school, not on any kind of like summer vacation. So like just thinking about whether or not I would be able to go, I kind of had it in the back of my head that I wasn't going to be able to go. And so I kind of sent it to my mom as a joke. I was invited to it, but who knows if I'm going to be able to go type of like thing. And my mom actually came back with, "You need to go." I'm like, "But it's in Las Vegas." And she was like, "You need to go because you never know what kind of opportunities this is going to open up for you." And I was like, "Okay." She was like, "Talk to your husband and see what he says." So I sent him the same email that I received. And I was like, my mom said that I should go and that she would be helping like watch the kids. Can we go? And my husband, being the amazing person that he is, was like, "Yeah, we can go to Vegas." And I was like, we could turn it into also like a 5-year honeymoon slash celebration because we are actually celebrating our 5-year wedding anniversary in December, like this month. We've been married for 5 years, which is really hard to believe. And he was like, "Yeah, we could possibly go. Let's see if we could go." We looked at tickets online, we looked at pricing, and we ended up like as soon as I got the okay from my husband, I RSVP'd. And then after I RSVP'd and got my tickets for Creators and Friends, we were looking at, hotels and airline flights and everything like that, and we booked our hotel. I stopped doing my makeup to open this up. It's brand new. It's the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. I have the shade BU, and this one I swatched like in the store, and it seemed to be a pretty good shade match for me. I have a blemish on the end of my nose, and it's just like, eh. And there is a reason why I don't have a voice, and it's because I was at Creators and Friends. Fast forward to we bought our tickets. We're creating, like, my husband and I are also going to turn this into a 5-year wedding anniversary. I RSVP'd with my tickets. I said yes. I checked the box, got my tickets, super excited, but also like very, very nervous because I have never met any of these creators like in person ever. I've never met another creator, YouTube creator in person. And I was like, what am I going to expect from this? The one thing that the creators and friends founders, which are Samantha March and Simbri Thinks, Samantha March is also here on YouTube. And the one thing that the two creators of Creators and Friends like emphasized is that they want to create a community of creators where whether we're big, whether we're small, we all support each other. And that's what Creators and Friends is about, is like creating those long lasting friendships. And I'm like, I am here for that. I was very nervous going into this. I'm using the micro smooth powder from Sephora. I As a side note from my little story, like, we revolve so much around, oh, you have 1,000 followers or a thousand, or 1,000,000 followers, and a lot of brands look to those, and that's how you get invited to things, is based on, like, how many followers you have. And Samantha and Simbri wanted to focus more on, like, you're a creator, you're contributing to the community, and that's how I got invited. Now I'm gonna use my Makeup Academy bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. The shade is Butterscotch. I'll see if I can link it. But this is a beautiful, beautiful consistency. I'm actually using a Wet n Wild sponge. Like, look how spongy this is. I actually got 2 of them in a 2-pack for, I wanna say, like, $5. The entire weekend was a complete blur. My husband and I actually ended up arriving in Vegas on Friday night slash Saturday morning. And if you don't know, Vegas is actually 3 hours behind they're in Pacific Standard Time, so they're 3 hours behind. And on the East Coast, when we arrived, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, "What is going on?" Like, my body goes to bed at max, max 11 o'clock at night, and my husband and I were up till, technically, we landed at 1 o'clock our time. And then we actually didn't get to our hotel for another couple of hours. I think by the time that we climbed into bed, it was almost 3 o'clock Pacific time, which is almost 6 a.m. our time. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Luckily, we were really fortunate that we could sleep on the plane, and we were able to get some shut eye, but not like a lot. Like, I would doze for a little bit and then I'd kind of wake up because I don't really sleep well on planes at all. But it was definitely an adventure flying. I hadn't flown in over 10 years. That was the other thing that I was, like, super nervous about as well, was the fact that I hadn't traveled I had not traveled anywhere, like, super far without my kids before. Like, we've gone to Alexandria Bay, which is only a couple hours from where we live, but we had never really gone, like, a whole plane ride away where we're on a plane for, like, 5.5 hours. I was very, very, very nervous leaving my kids. My mom had my kids, like, I was just still nervous leaving my kids. And alright, I'm gonna take the Juvia's Place Volume 4. If you guys haven't seen my Makeup Obsessions video, yeah, like, this is a blush that I'm totally here for. It's very, like, light, and, oh, it's just so pretty. I had not left my children ever. Like, I would, like, they've stayed the night, they've stayed the weekend at places, like, with family, but actually, like, my children being, 5,000 miles away, or however many miles it is, I think it's, like, 3, them being that far away and not just, like, a plane ride away or something, was really getting to me as a mom who deals with anxiety. And I was like, "Jesus, take the wheel, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing." Look at that complexion, though. That actually looks really pretty. What's going on here? Okay, we're gonna take my Makeup Revolution. This is the Infinite Conceal and Define. I haven't even unpacked my makeup bag from Creators and Friends. I've pulled out all the goodies that I got, though. In a little Sephora one that I made, I actually bought a Rare Beauty highlights, and I'm really excited for this. Ain't she freaking pretty? I swatched this in the store. It is very, like, It's so silky smooth, like, when I tried it and this is, like, super blinding, I'm actually kind of afraid that I could, like, totally go overboard with this, but I was like, "You know what? We're gonna try it today." There's actually a trend out there called sugar cookie makeup. I was thinking about doing, like, an official tutorial, so if you wanna see sugar cookie makeup, leave me a comment down below. I couldn't buy the rose gold one, that one was actually sold out. I was kinda sad about that. But my Sephora has been sold out of this for forever, so I knew that as soon as they got one of the ones that would, like, fit my skin tone back in stock that I would be purchasing it, and I was actually able to use my 20% coupon. Okay, this is so pretty. It looks like glass skin, and that is stunning. I'm just gonna take my powder brush and my powder one more time. I feel like I have, like, a streak of bronzer. We're just gonna set the face, like, very gingerly, but, like, that highlight, like, it looks kinda chunky on my hand because my hand is dry, but this is pretty. Now let's dip into this. I actually was the winner of one of the giveaways at Creators and Friends, so now that I'm kinda using a palette that I won from the event. Hello, you can see my mirror. This is the Love's Journey from Sydney Grace. I've actually used a lot of their product before. I have some bundles that they've given me. They also provided some like single shadows in a cute little baggie that was in like everybody's bag. So I do have some of that from Sydney Grace and I got some from Cleona. The day of Creators and Friends, my husband and I think I got 3 hours of sleep that day. Um, I woke up and I was ready to go because it was 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Vegas time. I'm gonna say 6 o'clock is when it was. Now, mind you, we went to bed at, like, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I was up at 6 o'clock Vegas time. I couldn't sleep. Now, like I said, thankfully, I had taken kind of a snooze on the plane and not really like a super deep sleep. I was okay. I was running on some low energy, but I was okay. I think I was just kind of off this buzz of like, I'm in Vegas. I'm going to meet all these creators. And it was also my nerves. And usually when I'm going to big things like this and there's something really big happening in my life, I can't sleep anyway. So, I mean, I think my body was just kind of like in survival mode at this point, but that's okay. I mean, obviously, I survived because I'm here. Yeah, I definitely survived. So, the morning that we got to Vegas, like, that next morning, technically our first morning that we got to Vegas, operating on, like, 3, 4 hours of sleep, and my husband and I decided to go to a traditional Vegas buffet at the MGM, and so we went to the MGM, we had a Vegas buffet. It was okay, it was like any other buffet that we have, like, here in New York State, so it wasn't anything to, like, super write home about. We walked around for a little bit, we checked out some of the sites, we didn't see, like, a whole bunch. We did find out that if you take the Vegas monorail, you can actually save quite a bit of money, and we took the Vegas monorail from our hotel at the Westgate into the city, like, the Strip area, and so we were like off strip, but we weren't like in Old Vegas. We were kind of like in the middle. We were right by the convention center. So we weren't like in an area that was like, bad or anything like that. Not at all. We were actually in like a really nice area. It was really quiet. It was off strip, but the hotel was like really cute and old, and like old as in like the hotel was actually built in like the 60s, but like they've been renovating it, so it's been updated and it was really cute. And I knew I was gonna have to Uber to the dinner later. As soon as I knew where I had to be picked up for Uber to the event, then I booked my Uber, like, hours in advance just to make sure, because you never know what is gonna happen in Vegas, like, you don't know. Alright, so here is a Cleona shadow that I also got in my goodie bag, and let's open her up. I have some Cleona shadows, and it's actually in the dragon fruit collection. Oh, this actually looks like the nail polish that we got as well, which was, like, iridescent like this. This shade is called Light Fast, which is Series 3 Iridescent Multichrome, so I'm excited to try this today. We decided to do a really light dinner because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to eat because of my nerves, and, my husband, Clay, was like, I am kinda full from the buffet, so maybe I'll just get something." So, we went to it was like a fast food kinda restaurant in the Westgate near the sports book, and they actually had chicken and noodle soup that was on the menu, and it was actually really good. So I decided, like, I'm getting chicken and noodle soup. I can't deal with my my stomach having problems with anything. So I decided to get some chicken noodle soup. My husband got a pizza and went back to the room. I literally kind of got ready in like spurts and moments because like how I didn't know how detailed I wanted to be with my makeup or how not detailed I wanted to be. I was really nervous. I didn't want to be like too over the top, but I kind of wanted to be like, I'm in Vegas at a holiday party. So I did a really pretty like neutral look and then a really bright red lipstick with a Leona highlight actually from their dragon fruit collection. And it was so pretty. And I am thoroughly impressed with my makeup. Doing I actually ended up using my Super Matte 2-in-1 foundation from Makeup Revolution, and I felt like my makeup looked pretty good, pretty on point, not super glitzy glammy, but it was just pretty. It was like for a party. It was like holiday glam. I was very impressed with myself. I actually don't have any Cleona singles. How sad is that? So I'm putting it in here. I have to remember it's in one of my little makeup geek ones, but this is like super pretty. I got to meet creators that were micro creators like me, some creators who are still micro, but they had like a little bit more of a following. I got to meet some people that I currently work with, and then I got to meet some larger influencers, ones that I follow on the platform consistently. And obviously, Samantha and Simbri were there as well. Got to meet Angelica Neatfits, got to meet Lauren May Beauty, got to meet Kelly Gooch. It was just so fun. I got to meet Makeup Just for Fun, Amanda. Like, it was amazing meeting these people that I have followed for like years on the platform that I have like, related to them, loved their content, really just like on a whole new level. And I was able to like meet them as a creator and really just connect with them on so many levels and, just kind of talk to them and get to know them more, not just as like the person that you see on the screen. And it was honestly amazing hearing people talk about like passions, their family, their pursuits, life on YouTube, how long they've been doing YouTube. It was just so fun to like just be involved in this event in general. Then after we went to the event, we had the holiday party. I did win some Sydney Grace items. I do have them posted on my Instagram as well. This was one of them, and they're stunning. I also have Heaven on Earth, I believe is what it's called, but it's the blue palette as well. And I love Sydney Grace. Like they're just so good. But I was able to meet so many people, and they're just such beautiful human beings. Like, they're so passionate about what they do, but they're also just fun, and it was so nice to connect on that kind of level, and I was just honestly, I had, like, a little fangirl moment because, like, I was meeting some of these people for the first time. They didn't know me, but I knew them. Like I said, just overall connecting with these people, talking with them, like, just kinda getting to know a little snippet of who they are. Like, it was so, so fun. And I connected with a lot of creators, and honestly, like, I made some really good friendships out of this event in general. And honestly, like Samantha was saying that this is what Creators and Friends was created for. So in our bag, the new collection from Alley Wines, and I've tried Dahlia and Lily. Lily is in my purse. And I have Dahlia, but I wanted to try Tulip on camera today because this is super pretty. It's like a red shade. I'm kind of in the mood for like red. So I did line my lips with an Essence Stay lip liner. It's waterproof. And the shade I have is Unforgettable. It's retractable. That's why I like it. But now we're going to put this shade on, Tulip. This one's a little bit like poppy compared to the other ones, and I like it. I really like the Lily shade, and it pairs really well with this lip liner. And I also like Dahlia quite a bit as well. Now we're going to do the Tower 28 mascara. The Tower 28 mascara, this was not in a goodie bag. This was actually something that I picked up at Sephora the other day. Overall, the Creators and Friends event it was so fun. I made some amazing relationships with some people. I met some amazing creators. This has just been like, it's such an exciting journey. If you're a creator who was at the event, please leave me a comment down below too, because it's hard to catch everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so Creators and Friends was really, really fun. Again, I made some great connections with people. I am so excited to keep like following their journey as a creator, as well as like, growing those relationships that were kind of blossoming at the Creators and Friends event. And I'm just so excited for like what's around the corner, things that I can do, and ways to support other people in the community. And this is literally what Creators and Friends is all about, is just friendship and support and community. I'm so excited to see like where these friendships go. So that was amazing, the dinner. We went to a cocktail lounge after, it was Gadsby's, and that was a lot of fun. But honestly, going to Gadsby's and, like, just dancing and talking with these creators and just having fun and, like, just, celebrating with everybody, like, "Oh, we made it through another year, we're into Vlogmas," like, it was just so, 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 so fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed even just going to Gadsby's and, like, hanging out with everybody. I think everybody or almost everybody showed up to Gadsby's, and it was an open invitation to go, and Samantha was saying that, like, she didn't expect almost every single person to go, and we had, like, 30 people who showed up at Gatsby's, so that was so much fun as well. It was an incredible night. Like, I can't wait for more Creators and Friends events. I can't wait to, see these people again, keep communicating with them, on social media and just, like, supporting each other and, just spreading the love and, growing the community. We decided to stay in Vegas until like, December 4th was our last full day in Vegas, and we returned after many, 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 many hours on the plane. We had such a fun time, but jet lag is a real thing, and it was more so that we weren't on, like, Vegas time at that point. We weren't really there long enough to kinda get on Vegas time. It was more along the lines of, like, we barely slept because, like, our hotel room was too hot or, when we got there the first day, I barely slept at all. So I was definitely napping, and then we were also tired because we were walking around, like, everywhere. I would do it all over again because it was so fun, and I honestly think that we would definitely, like, probably try like, if we go to Vegas again, we would try to be there one more day to, like, enjoy the day, not just, like, traveling there. Because technically, we were gone for 5 days, but we were traveling for 2 of those days, so we were only, like, in Vegas, enjoying Vegas, and seeing the sights for, like, 3 days. So that's something that we would definitely do again, but we'd probably give ourselves an extra day, that way we have, all that time to just see the Strip, see the restaurants, see the Bellagio at night, which that's a whole other thing. F1 was there and the Bellagio was, like, a disaster, so it was really hard to even see that, and that was a whole thing in and of itself. But here's my makeup look with my new hair. I did cut it before I went to Vegas, and I absolutely love it. It's just kinda spunky. My husband goes, "You look like a teenager." Awesome. This is the completed makeup look with some of the goodies that I got out of my goodie bag from Creators and Friends, some new product to me. Like, this is absolutely stunning. If you haven't considered subscribing already, please hit that subscribe button and the the like button, and I hope I get to see you guys in my next video. Bye!